Hello, I'm Hope Logan. I'm an actor on Bold and the Beautiful, and many people really love both me and our Bold and the Beautiful drama. So I've come here to share updates about my beloved Bold and the Beautiful. Everyone, please subscribe and support me. If you do, I will keep coming every day with new updates for you. Before diving into the drama that lies ahead, the coming week on The Bold and the Beautiful promises an unforgettable emotional journey filled with heartbreak, dangerous family conflicts, unwavering loyalty, and life-changing revelations. Love will be tested in painful ways, long-standing fears will resurface with frightening intensity, and several characters will find themselves standing at emotional crossroads where every decision carries lasting consequences. As relationships are pushed to their limits and hidden worries begin to consume those involved, the atmosphere grows heavier with each passing day, creating the kind of gripping tension that has become the show's signature. Every conversation, every confrontation, and every quiet moment of reflection builds toward a week where hope and despair exist side by side, leaving viewers wondering which emotions will ultimately prevail. By the time the dust begins to settle, some bonds may emerge stronger than ever, while others could be left permanently scarred by the choices made in the heat of the moment. One of the most emotional stories unfolding centers around Will Spencer, whose heart is destined to take another painful blow. Despite his genuine feelings, the distance growing between him and Electra Forrester becomes impossible to ignore, leaving Will struggling with the crushing realization that the woman he wants most may be slipping further out of reach. Every attempt to bridge the emotional gap seems to push her even farther away, creating a loneliness that weighs heavily on him as he searches for answers he cannot seem to find. During this vulnerable chapter of his life, Will's heartbreak leaves him desperately needing someone who can understand the pain hidden behind his brave face. That comfort may unexpectedly come from Melissa Dillon, whose compassion and concern could provide exactly the emotional refuge he has been missing. As she offers him warmth and understanding during one of his darkest moments, an entirely new temptation begins to take shape. Will knows that Dillon genuinely cares about him, and in a moment when his defenses are weakened by disappointment and emotional exhaustion, it may become incredibly easy to fall into the comfort of her embrace. What begins as innocent support could slowly evolve into something far more complicated, forcing Will to question whether healing his broken heart might lead him down an entirely unexpected romantic path. While Will struggles with matters of the heart, Electra finds herself surrounded by voices urging her to walk away from him for good. R.J. Forrester steps forward with heartfelt determination, encouraging Electra to seriously consider the advice Ridge Forrester has already given her. From their perspective, keeping Will in her past is the safest and wisest choice she can make, no matter how difficult that decision may be emotionally. As RJ continues explaining the dangers he believes Will represents, those warnings begin to settle into Electra's mind more deeply than ever before. The repeated concerns from the Forrester family gradually chip away at her confidence, leaving her wondering if perhaps they are seeing truths she has been too blinded by emotion to recognize. With every cautionary word, the emotional distance between Electra and Will grows wider, making it increasingly difficult for either of them to imagine finding their way back to one another. The painful possibility that love may not be enough to overcome fear hangs over their relationship, creating a heartbreaking uncertainty that threatens to change both of their futures forever. Elsewhere, another woman finds herself unable to escape the shadow of danger that has haunted her family for years. Taylor Hayes cannot stop thinking about Sheila Carter, whose unpredictable nature continues to fill her with anxiety and dread. Although time has passed since some of Sheila's most shocking actions, Taylor knows better than anyone that someone capable of causing such devastation can never truly be underestimated. Her greatest fear centers on Steffi Forrester Finnegan and the peaceful life she has worked so hard to build with her family. Taylor worries that Sheila's desperate desire to regain access to family visits could easily spiral into another dangerous obsession if she continues facing rejection. The possibility of Sheila unleashing another wave of chaos becomes impossible for Taylor to ignore, leaving her constantly on edge as she imagines every terrifying scenario that could unfold. That lingering fear casts a dark cloud over the family, reminding everyone that some threats never completely disappear, no matter how desperately they wish they would. Those fears only intensify as Steffi refuses to back down from the stand she has taken. Determined to protect her family at all costs, Steffi appears ready to draw an unbreakable line in the sand by continuing to block Sheila from seeing both John Finn Finnegan and young Hayes Finnegan. From Steffi's perspective, her responsibility as a wife and mother leaves no room for compromise when it comes to the safety of those she loves most. Yet every door that closes in Sheila's face only seems to strengthen her determination, instead of weakening it. Rather than accepting defeat, Sheila's frustration threatens to evolve into something even more dangerous, making Taylor's worst fears feel increasingly justified. The emotional pressure surrounding the family continues to build as everyone braces for whatever Sheila might do next. The tension becomes almost unbearable, creating the unsettling feeling that a single unexpected moment could ignite another devastating confrontation capable of changing everything. In the middle of all that uncertainty, Finn makes an emotional promise that serves as a powerful reminder of where his heart truly belongs. No matter how complicated the situation surrounding Sheila becomes, Finn remains unwavering in his devotion to the family he has created with Steffi. He makes it abundantly clear that Steffi, Hayes, and Kelly Spencer will always remain at the very center of his universe, no matter what challenges stand in their way. His heartfelt reassurance offers Steffi a much-needed sense of comfort during a time when fear threatens to overshadow every aspect of their lives. Finn wants his wife to know that protecting their children and preserving their family's happiness will always come before every other obligation or conflict. In a world filled with uncertainty, betrayal, and dangerous distractions, his commitment shines as a rare source of stability and hope. That powerful declaration of love reminds everyone that even in the darkest moments, unwavering loyalty can become the strongest shield against the storms gathering on the horizon. Meanwhile, another powerful battle is brewing within the Spencer and Forrester rivalry, as Bill Spencer prepares to stand his ground once again. Bill refuses to be intimidated by Ridge Forrester or by any threats that the dressmaker may attempt to throw his way. His determination to protect the people he loves burns stronger than ever, making it clear that he has no intention of backing down from a fight. Bill's fierce loyalty extends beyond his son Will, embracing every member of the Spencer family who may find themselves under attack. Whether it is Katie Logan Spencer, Liam Spencer, Hope Logan Spencer, or anyone else connected to the Spencer name, Bill is prepared to defend them with everything he has. His protective instincts once again take center stage, setting the stage for explosive confrontations that could further deepen the divide between two of the show's most powerful families. As emotions continue escalating on both sides, the possibility of another unforgettable showdown grows increasingly inevitable. At the same time, Hope Logan Spencer faces an emotional struggle of her own as she attempts to cope with the aftermath of recent heartbreak. Brooke Logan Forrester has chosen to step away on a wellness retreat, hoping to find healing and clarity after the painful betrayal that has shaken her world. While Brooke focuses on rebuilding her own emotional strength, her absence creates an entirely new void in Hope's life. Separated from one of her greatest sources of support during such a vulnerable period, Hope begins feeling more isolated than ever before. The weight of regret, uncertainty, and emotional exhaustion pushes her towards someone who has always understood her in ways few others can. Once again, Liam Spencer may become the shoulder she leans on as she searches for comfort, guidance, and reassurance while navigating the emotional wreckage surrounding her family. Their renewed closeness could bring unexpected consequences, especially as old feelings and shared history quietly begin resurfacing beneath the surface. As if the week were not already filled with enough emotional turmoil, Another heartbreaking story begins unfolding for Carter Walton and Daphne Rose Walton. The couple has been looking toward the future with hope, dreaming of building a family together and welcoming a child into their lives. They have poured their hearts into that dream, believing that patience and love would eventually lead them to the happiness they both long for. Yet, as time continues passing without the miracle they have been waiting for, difficult questions begin demanding painful answers. The heartbreaking reality may finally come into focus as Carter and Daphne receive devastating news that neither of them ever wanted to hear. Their struggle to conceive appears destined to reveal a tragic infertility obstacle, threatening to shatter the dreams they have carefully nurtured together. In the coming episodes, that crushing revelation promises to become one of the most emotional storylines of the week, testing not only their strength as individuals, but also the resilience of their marriage as they face one of life's most painful disappointments together. It is in moments like these that the true emotional weight of the bold and the beautiful begins to reveal itself. Because every storyline unfolding this week is connected by a single, powerful theme: the fight to hold on to the people who matter most before they slip away forever. Whether it is love struggling to survive against fear, families standing together against dangerous enemies, or couples desperately clinging to hope in the face of heartbreaking reality, every character is being forced to confront emotions that cannot be ignored. The coming days promise far more than ordinary relationship drama, as every choice carries consequences that could permanently reshape lives and redefine the future of several beloved families. The emotional stakes continue climbing with each passing moment, ensuring that viewers remain completely invested as every scene builds toward even greater confrontations. Beneath every quiet conversation lies an undercurrent of uncertainty, reminding everyone that peace on this canvas rarely lasts for long. As hope and heartbreak continue their relentless battle, no one can predict which emotion will ultimately emerge victorious. For Will Spencer, the emotional journey is only becoming more complicated as loneliness threatens to cloud his judgment. Watching Electra Forrester slowly drift away leaves him wrestling with disappointment that reaches far deeper than he is willing to admit. Every reminder of what they once shared only intensifies the emptiness he now feels, making each passing day increasingly difficult to endure. That vulnerability creates the perfect opportunity for Melissa Dillon to become an even stronger presence in his life. Her kindness offers a safe place where Will can momentarily escape the pain consuming his heart. But comfort often has a way of awakening emotions that neither person intended to explore. As their connection deepens naturally through compassion and understanding, Will may find himself questioning whether he is truly moving on or simply searching for relief from unbearable heartache. That emotional uncertainty could become the beginning of an entirely new chapter, one that neither Will nor Electra ever imagined. Across town, Electra continues facing the difficult consequences of listening to the people who care about her most. Ridge Forrester's warnings echo louder in her mind with every passing conversation, and R.J. Forrester's determination to reinforce those concerns only makes them harder to dismiss. The more she reflects on everything she has been told, the more she begins wondering whether love alone can justify ignoring the dangers others believe surround Will Spencer. Although her heart may still struggle with lingering feelings, fear slowly begins competing with affection in ways she never expected. That emotional conflict creates an exhausting inner battle, forcing Electra to choose between following her heart and trusting the judgment of the family determined to protect her. If she ultimately decides to leave Will behind, the decision will not come from a lack of love, but from the overwhelming weight of doubt that has steadily grown around their relationship. Sometimes the hardest goodbyes are not fueled by anger, but by the painful belief that walking away is the only way to protect the future. Meanwhile, Taylor Hayes cannot shake the feeling that another storm is gathering just beyond the horizon. Sheila Carter has spent years proving that rejection only fuels her obsession, and Taylor knows all too well that desperate people often make dangerous decisions. The possibility that Sheila could once again target Steffi, Finn, or the children leaves Taylor constantly anticipating the worst, unable to fully relax no matter how peaceful things may appear on the surface. Every quiet family moment now carries an invisible layer of tension because everyone understands that Sheila rarely accepts defeat gracefully. As Steffi continues refusing to grant Sheila the family access she desperately craves, the emotional pressure surrounding the situation grows heavier by the day. What begins as stubborn determination on both sides could quickly evolve into another explosive confrontation, leaving loved ones wondering just how far Sheila might be willing to go when pushed into a corner. The fear alone is enough to cast a shadow over every family gathering, turning even the happiest moments into fragile reminders of everything they stand to lose. Fortunately for Steffi, she does not have to carry that burden alone. Finn remains completely devoted to protecting the life they have built together, and his heartfelt promise serves as a beacon of reassurance during an increasingly uncertain time. His unwavering declaration that Steffi, Hayes, and Kelly Spencer will always come before everything else reflects the strength of a husband and father who refuses to allow outside threats to destroy his family. Those words offer more than simple comfort. They represent a commitment that Steffi desperately needs to hear as anxiety continues surrounding Sheila's unpredictable future. Their bond grows even stronger because it is being tested under extraordinary circumstances, proving that genuine love is measured not only by joyful moments, but also by the willingness to stand together through fear. As they face whatever challenges lie ahead, Finn's devotion becomes one of the family's greatest sources of hope. In a world where betrayal and chaos seem to appear without warning, their united front reminds viewers that love remains strongest when people choose one another every single day. Elsewhere, Bill Spencer prepares himself for another battle that promises to reignite one of the show's fiercest rivalries. Ridge Forrester may believe intimidation can force the Spencers to retreat, but Bill has never been a man willing to surrender when his family is threatened. His determination to protect Will, Katie Logan Spencer, Liam Spencer, Hope Logan Spencer, and every member of the Spencer family burns brighter than ever, ensuring that any attack against them will be met with equal force. Bill's fierce loyalty has always been one of his defining qualities, and this latest conflict only reinforces his willingness to fight for those he loves, regardless of the personal cost. As tensions between the Spencer and Forrester families continue escalating, every confrontation carries the potential to reopen old wounds while creating entirely new ones. Pride, loyalty, and family honor all collide in dramatic fashion, setting the stage for explosive encounters that viewers will not want to miss. At the same time, Hope Logan Spencer finds herself navigating one of the loneliest periods of her life. Brooke Logan Forrester's decision to leave for a wellness retreat may ultimately help her find emotional healing after the painful betrayal she has endured. But her absence leaves Hope feeling more isolated than ever. Without her mother's comforting presence nearby, Hope must confront her emotional struggles largely on her own, searching for someone who truly understands the complicated feelings overwhelming her heart. Naturally, Liam Spencer emerges as that familiar source of comfort, someone who has shared countless emotional battles with her throughout the years. Their renewed connection grows out of genuine compassion rather than intention. Yet emotional closeness has a way of reopening doors that once seemed permanently closed. As Hope leans more heavily on Liam during this difficult period, unresolved feelings and shared memories could quietly begin resurfacing, adding another unexpected layer of complexity to an already emotional situation. Sometimes healing brings people closer together, even when neither of them planned for it to happen. Perhaps the most heartbreaking chapter of the week belongs to Carter Walton and Daphne Rose Walton, whose dreams of becoming parents may soon face a devastating reality. Their journey towards starting a family has been filled with hope, patience, and unwavering belief that brighter days were just around the corner. They imagined the future they wanted to build together, holding tightly to the dream of hearing a child's laughter fill their home. But as difficult medical truths begin replacing hopeful expectations, the emotional impact threatens to shake both of them to their very core. The possibility of receiving painful infertility news represents far more than a medical diagnosis. It challenges the future they envision together and forces them to grieve a dream that suddenly feels uncertain. Yet even in the face of overwhelming sorrow, their love for one another may become their greatest source of strength. As this deeply emotional storyline unfolds, viewers will witness not only heartbreaking disappointment, but also the resilience of two people determined to face life's cruelest challenges side by side, no matter how painful the journey becomes. By the end of the week, The Bold and the Beautiful promises to leave viewers emotionally invested in every unfolding storyline. Broken hearts, dangerous threats, unwavering family loyalty, and life-changing revelations all combine to create an unforgettable week where every decision carries tremendous emotional weight. As romance grows more complicated, fears become more intense, and heartbreaking truths finally come to light. The lives of the Forresters, Spencers, and those closest to them may never be quite the same again. With love constantly tested by betrayal, danger, and loss, every character will be forced to decide what and who they are willing to fight for. The emotional consequences of these choices will almost certainly extend far beyond this single week, laying the foundation for even more dramatic twists in the episodes ahead. One thing is certain. Viewers should prepare themselves for a powerful week filled with unforgettable emotion, shocking developments, and the kind of gripping drama that only The Bold and the Beautiful can deliver.